Hi everyone, this is the International Master Taher Fouad from Sharjah Chess Club, largest chess club all around the world. We are covering the FIDE Women's Grand Prix 2014. Today, fifth round. Yesterday was day off. We already played 4 rounds. The standing now after 4 rounds, woman Grandmaster Zhou Wangjian from China. She got 3.5 out of 4. GM Hu Yifan, the woman world champion, she has 3 out of 4. GM Yushinan Anna from Ukraine, she has 3. Woman Grandmaster Bacheming Tovashentings from Mongolia, she has 3. GM Harika Dronavelli from India, she has 3. GM Kosantseva Tetiana from Russia, 2.5 out of 4. Zhu Xu from China, GM, she has 2. GM Danielian Elena from Armenia, 1.5. GM Konorio Hambi from India, 1.5. Woman Grandmaster Momonova Nafisa from Uzbekistan, she has 1. GM Zuchin from Qatar, she has 0. And woman Grandmaster Lami Alina from Romania, she has. Today, as you see, all the players on their seating, and there is some celebration, flower, and we are 2 minutes to start. We start as usual at 1500 local time, at 1100 GMT time. All the 12 players are seated already, and they are ready for to starting the match. Today we have 6 matches as usual. Of course, all the 11 rounds are very strong. We see almost good games and good fight from beginning to the end. Very good woman chess level this tournament, and we hope good luck for all. We are already 1 minute to start. As we see in board number 1, Mongolian woman Grandmaster Bachemeng against woman Grandmaster Zhu from China. Second board, Armenian Grandmaster Danieliana against Grandmaster Zhao from China. Third board, woman Grandmaster Lami Alina against Grandmaster Zhu. Board number 4, Maminova from Uzbekistan against Yushinan from Ukraine. Of course, Yushinan is GM, and GM Hu from China against Russia Kosantseva. And last board, number 6, Harika from India against Conorio from India, this Indian match. We just start now, just few moves. As we see, we start just 5 minutes before, and we are just in opening moves. Of course, all players know each other very well, and they prepare very nice. As we see the opening on first board, it's King's Indian Defense. On the second board, this is call system. On the third board, this is Nemezo Indian. On fourth board, this is Sicilian Defense. Bishop b5 variation. Played almost many times in this tournament. And at the last board, this is maybe it will transfer to Nemezo Indian. After white is going to play d4, it will be completely Nemezo Indian. After d4, knight e4, or maybe d5. Until now, it's very early to talk about the games. It's just we just get started. As we see from beginning, every player are concentrating very well and try to avoid any preparation or something don't know. I think game number 6, this is between Harika Doronovilli and Conorio Hambi, both from India, and both are GM. I think this game can be transferred to something else, because after b3, this position is white supposed to play d4 instead of b3, and this will transfer to Nemezo Indian. But with b3 now, Hambi is still thinking how to continue. She played d5, the same like like d4, it will be also meet by d5. She decided to make it the same way, d5. Now we will see what Harika is preparing. Maybe it can be also transformed to, it will be transposition after c d5, e d5, d4, c5, bishop to b2, but I don't believe the bishop in b2 will be helpful. I think she must go to something maybe d3, but d3 I don't believe in it. Maybe she could take and it's difficult to decide which way she is going to follow. But I don't believe b3 is a good option. I'm board number 1. This is a typical King's Indian d5 system. White is closing the center early after e5, playing d5, and try to play bishop e3, and somehow to play b4, c5, and playing for queenside. I believe this game will be a little bit sharp. On the first board, on the second board, the game of Danielian Elina against Zhao Xu. Zhao Xu choose double fianchetto against call system. As you see the position after knight c3, white play move number 8, knight to c3. On board number 3, we reach to Namzu Indian or now black is controlling e4, and of course white is try to fight to get the e4 square. This is the idea behind this position. Board number 4, we see Mami Nova Nafisa against Yeshenia Anna, and after move number 11, knight d4. White is giving e5 for e4 pawn, but I think this move deserves some attention. This is a game of Maminova Nafisa against Ishinana Anna. Game number 5 start little bit quiet. Catalan system, and white doesn't play d4. He just choose a variation of queen a4, queen c4, and then queen b3 and d3. And now how Yifan play knight to c3. Game number 6. White choose after d5 e3 to stop d4, of course. e3 to stop d4, and then knight b d7, bishop to b2. Also Harika play double fianchetto. We have today two double fianchetto. One game number 1 and game number 6. Oh, sorry, game number 2. Game number 2 and game number 6. There is double fianchetto. This is some kind of modern chess. Most of the players now using double fianchetto, opening and variation, and somehow with different sequence they reach to bishop to g2, bishop b2, or bishop g7, bishop b7, and I think this is deserve attention. As we see in the picture, Konorio Hambi is thinking, and she must of course to draw some plan to the for the game. Of course, top player cannot play move by move. She must know how to continue the position and in which plan she is going to do. We going back to game number 1. And we see in black base is Zhu Wangjiang is thinking. Last move played, it was knight to d2. Of course, knight to d2 to stop temporary f5, because now f5 could be met by take, and of course black cannot take because of the knight in h5. Bishop to f5, g4, rook to f5, it will be the same, g4, then knight to d2 just to touch the knight in h5. If black is is insist to play f5. She must play queen e8, but queen e8 will be met by bishop to e2, and then the knight must come to f6 again, and f5 plan is not working anymore. She must spend some time else to find the right way. I think now she just play knight h5 to play f5, but g3 and knight d2 is until now we don't know it's a good way or it's devious way. At board number 2, we already in move number 11, knight f6. The game also still very early to say anything. Maybe now Now we see the games. We reach on board 1 to this position after move number 11, knight to b3. Now the idea of white, just to play bishop to e3, maybe queen d1, g4, h4, h5, and making king side attack, also to stop black to open the king side by f5, and most of the time white keeps the white king in the center. I think Zhu Wangjan is facing some problem in this variation. Until now she doesn't know what to do. At board number 2, after e6, I think bishop to c4 is best move. Bishop to c4 with idea to play d5, because the knight in f6 is already under pain. If white managed to play d5, of course he would get much better position, but I think after bishop c4 can be something like knight to a5. At board number 3, Zhou Qin last move was number 16, queen d8, protecting the rook in a8. If rook white play rook a8, queen will take the rook, and queen will be very strong in open file and controlling the diagonal from a1 to h1. e4 is completely under control. I think the position is equal. At board number 4, we reach to position after knight d4, and white is thinking to which move to play, queen to d4 or c to d4. But c to d4, I think Yishin and Anna will play queen to d5, followed by maybe rook to d or something. But if queen to d4, I think queen a5 will be strong enough. Queen a5, and if bishop c4, bishop e5, or the position is also almost equal. On board number 5, black played after knight to e4, bishop to e7, bishop f4, directing the rook in b8, e5. I think after e5, just move like bishop to e3, maybe bishop to e3 with idea to play f4. I think white just weakened now d5 square, and if bishop e3 and f4, I think white will get some good advantage, good play. At last board number 6, last move number 10, rook c1, and now black is thinking to play maybe bishop f6. As we see now on board number 4, after queen d4, number 12, queen to d4, cd4 and rook d8. I think if rook to f5, bishop f5, rook h4, rook h4, bishop to e5. I think this position, queen to d4, white of course cannot take rook to e4, bishop to f5, rook to h4. It's of course bad place for the bishop. Bishop to e5, bishop to e5, check, bishop f1, rook bishop to d3, and this is will lead for winning. Of course h3, check, and rook to c8, rook to d4, bishop a6, and no defense for bishop in c1. And if rook to e1, rook to d4, rook d4, this is will be a little better for black. Of course now white is forced to play something like f4, and this is very slight advantage for black. Then now bishop e3, bishop e6, and b3, rook co8, rook ac1. This will keep a position equal. Yeah, bishop e3 already played, but we will see. Hi again. Now we reach some repetition with bishop g5, bishop to h6 and board number 1. Move number 18, bishop g5. We'll see now what Zhou Wangjian is going to do. Maybe she'll repeat also bishop f6. On board number 2, between Danielian Elena and with white pieces against Zhao Xiu with black pieces. Last move played is knight a5. Of course, black try to stop d5. After d5, of course, white will be much better. Maybe now Elena is going to bishop a6, just to try to play d5 somehow. At board number 3, Zhou Qin sacrifice b5, positional sacrifice to control the light square like d5, e4, and the pawn can be captured by queen. But last move of I think as you see in board number 1, the player asked for 3-time photography. The picture is I think it's already done as draw. Draw by repetition. Yeah, after bishop to f6, this is 3-time. Now, as you see, second board, Daniela and Elena is thinking. On board number 3, after b5 sacrifice, white play bishop to f2, bishop f1. After bishop d5, I think now the idea idea of bishop to d5, maybe if queen to c2, ra2. I think a good game of Zuchin until now. She is playing very good. The sacrifice of b5 is very useful. Now we are going to press conference with Bacheming and Zhu Wangyang.
So, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our press center, and we have the first game over between Bachimek Tuvshintuks and Zhu Wenjun. The game finished in a draw, so let's first check what happened in this game.
Okay.
Bachimek, you played with white, yes?
Oh, here. Oh, this is a new move for me.
Knight of 3, yes.
I did tell me here. And I play c6. Not sure what is. And maybe knight b3. I don't know. I think it's not so hard. Maybe it's logical, but maybe you can play something to improve the king's
immediately in d4.
Yes. Like here, knight e8 and it's not kind of simple. Maybe h4 and f5, maybe g5, but knight c5 maybe. I don't know.
So, Chimi, can you explain this knight b3 move? You wanted to protect c5 square or what?
Yeah, I mean, okay, there's always, I usually play g4, h4, such kind of plans in this position, and sometimes there's a move knight b3. I mean, of course, preventing knight c5 as well as, bringing the bishop into play.
Yes.
And then I was thinking here, like after b3, I wanted to play g4 or maybe h4. That's what I wanted to do, and then, I'm just, today I'm having this food poison or something. I don't know what's going on with me. I have all these problems coming up, and I'm feeling really weak today, and then I'm just, I tried to play just, the moves that comes into my head, so I just made the moves faster here.
But you were satisfied with your position?
Yeah, I was just, because usually in the opening, here, I guess, there's, instead of knight a8, a6, there's a f5, yeah? There's this position that usually arises. But then she played knight a6, and then I think, after here, my position is fine, I think, and then just play maybe h4, h5, or sometime maybe g4, g5, or something like that. And yeah, so what happened here was, so knight e5.
Maybe g4 here. g4, f5, and g5. Yes, and g5.
Yeah, that's also possible. Take, maybe, just...
maybe knight c5 here.
Then I can take it, like this, c5.
Takes. Well, I go knight e6, I think it's fine. Playable.
Yeah.
Maybe knight f3.
Usually there's these variations that sometimes you can take on g takes f5, but maybe in this case, I thought I preferred the h4, h5 better than g4.
But I think your piece is not development so far.
And like want to play f4 next move or something like this?
Yes, maybe f4 and okay, if bishop f3.
Yes, immediately, yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't want to play g4 at this moment. I wanted to play this h5, h4. h4, h5 was better than...
Knight f6, but after queen d2, I'm not so happy with my position.
Yes, queen into London. And then h5 comes, you know.
Yes, and if f8 takes, maybe you can choose between short
Yeah,
castle and
or
long
the
castle.
yes, doesn't matter. Just and then play
Maybe
h5.
long castle in this move, but g4 maybe something. Okay.
It looked a little bit scary for black, you mean, this position?
Well, it's unclear. I don't know which side is better, so I would rather choose a quiet draw.
Yeah. So, girls, are you happy with your results so far after 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, Chimi, what's going on with you, but you play quite well in this tournament, I believe.
Yes, I'm happy, of course, yes. And then I just want to get a good rest today, you know, recover, take the medicines, and then sleep well. And then, you know, from tomorrow, you know, not big fights are coming every day. So towards the end of the tournament, it'll be like even harder. So I'll try to accumulate some energy and finish my tournament well. That's what I'm really hoping and trying.
Yeah. What about the rest day yesterday? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I like it very much. We went to see the ski and see penguin. I like it.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I guess in Dubai, there's this only place you can actually see a penguin. Yeah, I mean, and it was really.
I think it's the only place. Okay, not only, but one of few places where you can see snow also, especially during this
I know,
these days.
yes, and it was amazing actually. Yes, so really, I think all the girls liked the show and with the penguins and all the pictures, you know, kissing the penguins and so on.
How was it to kiss penguin?
Smelled fishy.
Yeah.
But it was so cute, you know. This little penguin is all doing all these things, you know, and then he's like, you know, like spinning around and then doing all these fascinating things. Basically, it was amazing actually to see that.
And what about general view about the organization here? Are you happy with everything so far?
Yes, I mean the competition and the organization is very good.
Yeah.
Yes, everything is great here. Yeah.
So we wish you, Chimi, to recover as soon as possible, and good luck
Yes.
for the next games. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, we are back now after press conference. Now in board 8, Danielana Elena choose bishop to b5, maybe bishop b5, maybe bishop a6. I think bishop b5, bishop a6, just giving more chances for white to play d5. Now after bishop e5, maybe h6 or a6. I think this is the only possible moves. Maybe rook to c8. But the position is very slightly better for white. On game number 3, queen to c2, rook a2, bishop to b2. This is the position what we reach already. Rook a2. Now black is better. Of course, b5 sacrifice was very good idea, very good positional idea. Now black play in the center freely, and nothing to stop him, especially after c4 is removed with sacrifice of b5. Now knight e4, bishop to d5, and rook came to e2, and I think black position is better. Maybe now if queen to b1, black could simply play knight to e4, attacking the bishop in c3. If bishop e1, queen b5, black will return the sacrificed pawn and with very good advantage. I think now maybe rook to c1, c6, and as you see, black dominated all the center, and rook in e2 is very helpful. Maybe after maybe queen e4, maybe knight to b6, knight to a4, maybe many idea black can do on this and the light squares. Now after rook e2, Elena is just thinking. Of course, any good player could feel the position is not so promising. She must play very very good to save the position. I like this b5 sacrifice of Zuchin. At board number 4, between Maminova Nafisa against Yushiniana Anna. This is the position now. I'm sure Nafisa played bishop c4. It was the best move in this position. After f6, bishop to c4, bishop c4. Here is the position. Bishop c4 is very good move. Take now. If black going to take after d5, of course the bishop on g7 will face a big problem to enter the game. Second thing, the 3 double pawn on e file. I think this could be e4 especially could be captured very easy. I think this position is also equal, but I think this is good game. Nafisa until now very good also. Game number 5 between Hui Fan and Kosantseva Tatiana after f4. still until now black thinking, because of course f4, ef4, ef4, bishop to f4, or maybe I think black possibility in this position is very limited, maybe queen to c7, but queen to c7, maybe rook c1. I think simply white is better in this position because of f7, maybe it will be under attack sometime. If take bishop taking f4 and d6 square, and the bishop will be very active. I think also for black if taken f4, of course this will lead for some advantage for white after bishop f4, rook to c8, now knight to f6, bishop to f6, bishop to b7, c4, queen a3, bishop e7, queen to c3, bishop f6. This is will lead for some strange reputation, maybe queen to c2, now c3, but if taken b2, of course if taken b2, this is exchange sacrifice, but a very good compensation because of b2 pawn. Also if b4, maybe queen e7, taken c8, rook c8, b1, but this is a very little advantage for white because c3 pawn is very dangerous. Now I think she is still thinking. She already taken e4, bishop to e4, but I don't think it's this is a good idea to give white two bishops. But of course this is her decision, what she will feel she is comfortable in this position. Maybe other player would not choose to give bishop e4. We will see which way she will continue now. Bishop to d6, maybe Also, in this position, bishop e4 also accepted. Bishop to e4 is okay. Until now the game is okay. Bishop to d6 now. Should be. Should choose another thing. Knight to f6. She is playing very active. Of course, if f e5, I think she could play knight to g4 or to take in e4, d4, queen c8. The idea is just to play queen to e6, but rook to d1 and rook d5, rook d1, b5, rook to d5, c4, queen c2, queen a6, and is also equal position. As you see, 3 pawns for white on the e file. Of course, it's not good, especially in the game. Then take f e5 is not recommended. I think she is going to play maybe bishop to f3 to stop knight g4. Of course, bishop to g2, knight g4. This will lead to advantage for black. Of course, bishop d2, queen d4, king to h1. Of course, check. That should be taken. Otherwise, we know this mate, smooth mate. Check. Mate in f2. Then now maybe e3, knight to e3, and black is better. Then if bishop moves, I think should move to f3, or maybe rook a d1 if taken d in e4, f d e4, queen c8. Also this is draw, this equal position, sorry. Yeah, Hu Yifan, she played bishop f3, it's right decision. Now I think e f4, bishop f4, bishop d6. This will be completely equal. I think Kosentseva Tetiana chose nice way, bishop e4 and knight f6. She managed to equalize the position. On the last board, already reached to this position. position now is in the game. The position is equal. As we see now, most of the players are playing very carefully. Black doesn't give any chance for white to get very small advantage, very slight advantage. They are playing very good chess. Now we see in board 5 there is some action. We'll see what happened. Yeah, ef4, right decision. As we just mentioned now, fe, bishop f4, bishop d6, maybe bishop to d2. Of course, exchange will make black better because of d4, e3, squares to maybe bishop to g5, but bishop e5 and h6. I think it will be very strong. Now we'll see the white what is going to do. This is the board number 5 after ef4. At board number 4 we reach to this position after e6. Now this is the game. Move number 18 was e6 and then d5. Quite nice sacrifice. We need to see now how is this sacrifice. Of course, if take rook to c1, rook to c1, rook to d8, e6, rook d8, bishop a7 and rook e8, rook c7, rook e6, rook b7, rook a6, rook b8, king f7, rook b7, and this repetition, perpetual check. Then d5 is okay. We see now Yushin and Anna are sinking very deep. There's too much action in the center. F can take e5 and E can take d5. And Maminova Nafisa, she is playing. She has too much courage to play. She sacrificed e5 in the beginning and then now d5 and e5. She is playing very good this tournament. At board number 3, after the positional sacrifice of b5, Zuchin is still playing. We reach after rook e2, queen come to d3. Queen come to d3. Bishop to e4, best move. Queen c4. I think here Lami Alina just give black chance to repetition. Bishop e4, queen c4, bishop d5, but Zuchin decide to play with queen a7. This position black is a little bit better because white pieces especially in f1, c3, the two bishop is not very powerful. Knight not bad, but is not entering in the game. The center is completely controlled by black. Then the white chance in this position is not too much. Even he or she has pawn up. Now the best move is rook to c1, knight b6, queen b3, bishop d5, queen e1, and bishop c4. The idea to take in b5, e3, bishop f1, queen f1, queen a3. This is leading for advantage for black. This is the best continuation for white now. At board number 2, we reach to position after this is the game. Bishop b5, a6, bishop to d3 again, knight c6, and then bishop to e4, and now black plays h4. I think now d5 and white will be better, Of course e5 black cannot take because of dc6 winning one piece. Also cannot remove the knight because taking an e6 with tempo. I think she should take e to d5 after bishop d5. If take also in g5 will not work because of bishop c6. Of course bishop c6, not bishop f7. Bishop f7, it will be 3 pieces against queen, and this is, of course, it is not good. Bishop to c6, this will lead for advantage, one pawn material advantage. Queen c7, queen b7, queen b7, and knight g5. This is 5 pawns against 4, one pawn more for white, and no compensation for black. Then d5. Now it's d5 is very strong move. Maybe after d5, e d5, bishop d5, maybe queen c7 now, but bishop f6, queen, bishop f6, knight e4, bishop e7, knight d6. This is really not easy for black to play. For example, rook to d8, knight b7, queen b7, queen e4, touching the knight, and g6, and rook c8, rook c1. Finish the game, is over. And after knight d6, maybe knight to d4, something like this. Knight to d4, bishop to d5, knight to f5, and bishop e6, rook c1, queen here, knight g7, take queen, and this is advantage also because of knight e4, the black squares. This is the position. We start analysis now. After d5, black should take bishop d5, queen c7, bishop f6, knight to e4, bishop e7, of course bishop g7, knight d6, bishop to e7, queen e3, h6 is under attack, king h7, rook a to c1, rook a to d8, bishop c6, knight d4, and this is better for white, of course. Bishop c5, knight take, knight to c6, rook to c5. This one pawn more, one pawn advantage. Okay, then d5 of course will give white this it will increase the advantage of white. White already has some advantage, but after h6, for example, bishop f6 will minimize the advantage of white. d5 is increasing the advantage, or at least keeping the same evaluation. We going back to board number 3. We'll see what happened on the game. Last move is rook c1. Now, as I mentioned, I think knight to b6 is best move after rook c1. Knight b6, queen b8, queen b3, bishop d5, queen b1, queen d1, and then bishop to c4. The idea to capture in b5, then e3, take, and queen a3. Of course, the pawn in b5 and b4 is counted as one pawn because no support from any pieces and no pawns to support them. And then in the game it's very easy to be taken because of weakness in b5 and b4. I think Zuchin is going to play board number 4. We still on move number 19 after d5. d5, I think it is a surprise move for Yushin Nana. Board number 5. The game after. Okay, we played take, pawn take, and f4, queen d7, and then king to h1. Of course, now woman world champion with white. She already takes some decision to use the G file to attack, maybe rook g1, rook to g3, and rook e g1, attacking in g7 with helping of queen and b3, and sometimes bishop can come to c3, bishop d2, bishop c3. I think we will see good defense and good attack game. I think Yushin and Anna, Kosantseva Tatiana with black should do some action in queen side very quickly. I think something like rook fc8 and b5 and c4. I think this way it's okay. Just to make some action in the queen side to stop white to attack for free in king side. Also RF C8 will allow bishop to come to F8 and protect G7 without any weakness like G6 or something when the white is doubling the rook on the G file.